Gehrig.
Babe Ruth. But why would you trade? That one's all chewed up.
I got a lot of good stuff. Look at that stuff. Besides, you needed more than I do.
Welcome back to Legends Never Die, where neither will you if you know Jesus. Today is a really special day in my collection that actually became a reality because of the National, but part of it happened before I ever arrived in Cleveland. I was one of the people that did in fact purchase my big card, and you guys know this is coming, so I'm not spoiler here, before I ever got to the show. But we have to back up to share the special moment that I got to experience with one of my best friends and his tie-in to this story on the very first day on our trip to the National. Let's check it out. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Legends Never Die, where neither will you if you know Jesus. Me and Drew are on the road. I decided to shoot this video now because we drove in the dark for a while, stopped for breakfast at Burger King. We've got 8 hours on our way to Cleveland. We're gonna go see Scott, our friend at Reindeer Studios. But Drew doesn't know I'm about to do this, but got something really special to share with you guys. First, I'm gonna read a card that my mom actually gave me. And it says, "Jake, I've always tried to do whatever I could for you, especially as you were growing up. We went places and made lots of memories, and I'm so glad. I didn't always have the money, but glad we did those things anyway. I have been very blessed. So now that I can, I want to give you this money to get something you really want and will keep, of course. I'm so proud of you and all you stand for. I love you more than you know. Love, Mom." And it says, "I wanted to see you enjoy a gift from me."
That's awesome.
Well, that was with the money that I inherited from my papa, my mom's dad.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I wanted to get.
Yes, I do.
And this is why you're a part of this moment. I wanted to get a Ty Cobb, a T206 green background Ty Cobb. And ironically enough, the right one popped up right before we were going to leave for the National, so I bought my big card before we ever left. What Drew doesn't know is
Been next to me the whole time.
waited to open this thing
No way.
until we were together. You know how hard it was to not open this for like days?
You just resealed it in another box.
I did not
I'm just
reseal it.
teasing.
I didn't reseal it. But Drew has teased me for years that I didn't have a Ty Cobb, and he did, a Playing Days one. So I want him to be here when I opened it. So let's get into this box. I may have to edit out part of this based on how hard it is to get open. I brought my knife just in case. Wasn't too bad.
So that's to defend me off in case I want it worse than you.
Just in case you tried to take it from me so that you could still hold it over my head. I just hope it's in here. You know, that would be make for a bad video. This would not be a happy occasion if that was the case.
That's how your YouTube channel started.
That's true. I opened another one of my big cards.
Oh,
Oh, it's in here.
it's a back. Oh, man.
That's awesome.
Okay, so before he says anything, this is what we all say. If I can find a low grade, high condition, beauty looking card, this is it. Just trust me, this is it. This is what I'm looking for this week, not the Cobb, but other ones. So any of us low grade collectors, this is the example that we all want to follow. That is amazing.
My only, before I showed it to the camera, even looking at pictures of this card, my only concern was man, I hope the green background isn't as light as this picture made it look, and it's darker than the pictures.
No,
I love it.
That's beautiful.
I love it. All right, so here it is. Sorry for the reflection. I don't care. I wanted to do this with Drew. That's my PSA 1 Ty Cobb. I'm sure I'll put this in the video later if you want to see it. The registration is really good. You can tell the centering is good. There's one little mark there on the side, almost like scratch.
Yeah,
It's not even
almost.
really paper loss, more like a scratch.
It's not a fold, I don't think.
But if you're looking on the front of this card, even with my reflection as we sit in the Burger King parking lot, the reason this is a 1 is on the back, it appears that it was in a scrapbook or something, but it didn't tear out the whole back. Where it says 150 subjects, that's the Piedmont back that it is. You can just see the 5. Where it says baseball series at the top, it's missing a couple of the letters, but you can still read Piedmont and the rest of the back, the factory number, everything. But for that front, man, under budget of what I thought I would spend on Cobb.
Golly.
So happy about that. So wanted to share that moment with you, Drew.
Man, I appreciate that.
You gonna hold him?
Yes, I do. That makes my second Cobb. I appreciate that. Well, congratulations. Welcome to the Cobb Club. You were not first, and I will hold that over your head until we separate this earth. But that's a beauty, no doubt.
Thanks, man. I'm glad you're here to be a part of it. All right, let's keep driving to Cleveland.
Let's go.
So yes, I got my Ty Cobb. And here he is again in all his glory. The 1909-11 T206 green background portrait Ty Cobb. This card, as you can tell from the video there that I got to share that moment with the Drew, is very special to my collection. With the tie-in to my papa and where a large portion of the funds came from to make this possible. The tie-in to my cousin who started building this set when I was a little kid, and I inherited his starter version of the set that now I'm chasing the monster in his honor. To be able to add a card of this magnitude to my collection of one of my favorite players of all time is really special. And to have Drew there, because of the ongoing joke that we had that he had a playing days Cobb that I didn't and he did, to have him there the moment when I first held it in my hand and I first opened it was really, really cool. I'm so glad I decided to do that. Even though it was extremely hard for 48 hours to not open that box, it was well worth it. He would send me pictures and gifs of corn on the cob, and he had some other YouTubers join in on that as well. Donnie Livestream, I'm talking to you, and tease me about it. And all of that, all together, was what made this really, really special. It's the most I've ever spent on a card at one time, even though it is my second most valuable item, thanks to a very good decision of purchasing a Babe Ruth autograph many years ago. It doesn't take away from this moment in my collection, and it deserved its own video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the experience. I loved showing it to the people that I did in Cleveland in person. It did go with me to the National. I didn't show it to everyone for a couple reasons. One, I wanted to kind of have this big reveal on this video. And secondly, I just didn't want to be that guy. Normally, I don't get to purchase cards like this, and I didn't want anyone to think I appreciated their pickups any less because I busted out a card like this right after they showed me something else. I didn't want to upstage anybody. So if you got to hold it and you got to share that with me, I hope you appreciated it and didn't think I was trying to big time anybody, because I'm not. This took a lot of effort, a lot of sweat equity, and saving of money for a year to make it happen. So thanks for sharing this moment with me. Keep collecting, and God bless.